Greenville residents find remnants of former lives as they return home after Dixie fire. As some families in Greenville, California started to return home this week after the Dixie fire tore through this town of about 800 residents, they were confronted by burnt remnants of their former lives. Some returned to find a makeshift grave for a family pet. Others walked through debris which, just a few weeks earlier, they had planned to sell. Photographer Josh Edelson was at home, recuperating from a stretch of 20-hour days photographing the California wildfires, when he saw the alert from CalFire, the state's Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, saying this week that residents could return home. The news came 1 month after the Dixie fire, which has burned 893,852 acres since erupting on July 14, struck Greenville, and Edelson wanted to capture the moment. In one of Edelson's photos, a woman named Riley Cantrell holds her face and cries as she surveils the charred remains of her mother's home with her boyfriend Bradley Fairbanks. When Cantrell arrived at the pile of rubble, she discovered a small mound, with a sort of little cross on it. The family dog had perished in the blaze. Cantrell told Edelson that firefighters had found the dog and buried it on the property. "I've wanted to get photos of residents coming home, or to what's left of their homes, because I feel like those are some of the only opportunities to get the most emotional visuals from a fire," said Edelson, 42. Usually, when covering a wildfire, it's actual fire, firefighters, people are evacuated. And they might be visually striking images, but the emotional side of fires typically comes when people start returning home. So I really wanted to get that, especially since the Caldor fire, with the Lake Tahoe Basin, has kind of more taken over, or dominated, the headlines in terms of fire. The Caldor fire has approached Lake Tahoe, though firefighters have made progress in battling the blaze. It seems like every year they get worse, or at least in this case, different. Nobody expected fire to come into the Lake Tahoe Basin, but it did, Edelson said at one point in conversation with The Guardian.